now be seated. Thank you so much. Are we happy for the sun outside? Yeah? Me, I've been cold. Me, I'm just so happy to see the beautiful weather we have today and to see all of us here. This has been quite a journey. Writing a book is not a small thing. So we are so proud of Christine. I'm the first editor she spoke to. And it is so beautiful to see you having. And I'm just so proud of you, and I'm happy for all of us who have come out to support her. So feel at home, karibuni sana. Unajua vile wanafanyaga kwa African ceremonies, ka geography. So if you need to help yourself, the washrooms are downstairs, just next to the lift, in case you need the facilities. And we're going to go right into it. I'm going to invite the entertainment to give us something. Ugh, it's a surprise. I have no idea what he's going to do. Christine just said, bring someone young and someone fun. So surprise us. Karibu sana Gitao.
Hello guys, my name is Young and Fun. As you heard, I'm Gitao Moniki. I am a singer, a songwriter from Nairobi, Kenya. And I will be performing a few songs for you. I have my accompanist, my guitarist. His name is Lenny. And congratulations first of all to Mystery Publishers and Christine for this event that is here. It's nice to have accomplished and finished work. It's no feat, and congratulations. Let's get right into it. So once upon a time, I had a very beautiful lady, and I, as a spiritual individual, I prayed for her. And this is a song that I wrote. It's called Malaika. Malaika means angel. And it says, yeah, stuck in my old ways until you came my way. It's like you cleared the veil now. I can see okay. You're more than a friend, unachofanya usiwache. Najua jinsi navyo hisi kupendwa. Ona sasa naoka nang'ara na vangu safi. Sikuwa ijali nilivyo fanana awali. Na manzijo akibata tabasamu lake hatari. Kama tukalamu na wino minawe hadi tamati. Oh, malaika nakuita, unilindie huyu. There's no one better than you. Ntakuficha wasije kuiba. Unilindie huyu. There's no one better than you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Marashi yako kwenye tisho ya maini kama unatembea na miara the time nataka nikiishara baby ni finalize ju forever si forever kama huko beside me. Step by step tukielekea kilele, mdomo kwa mdomo nikuongeleshe direct. Nimekujudge nimeamua when the finest, when the finest. Step by step tukielekea kilele, mdomo kwa mdomo nikuongeleshe direct. Nimekujudge nimeamua when the finest, when the finest. Malaika nakuita, unilindie huyu. There's no one better than you. Ntakuficha wasije kuiba. There's no one better than you. Malaika nakuita, unilinie huyu. There's no one better than you. Ntakuficha wasije kuiba, unilinie huyu. There's no one better than you. Oh yeah, yeah. Malaika nakuita, unilingie huyu. There's no one better than you. So the song says, for my special lady, I am calling on angels to protect her. Simply, yeah. Yeah, thank you. For our next song, we are going to be doing a very popular song here in Kenya. It's by, for me, the best artist that Kenya has ever produced. That is the boy band Sauti Sol. And they have a song called Midnight Train that talks about, it's a song about determination. And I think that is, I believe this is what the book is about. It's about mindfulness and all of that. And so this is Midnight Train. But before we get into it, we can have that which audiences really dread, which is artists telling you what to do. So it is a joyous occasion, and we can start it off by a very simple rhyme that we do. So, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Let's go. This is Midnight Train. Oh la, to Zion. Oh, steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion. Hii maisha ni safari tunapita kama moshi, na kabla tuzame mchangani kushinda na kufeli. Oh, inabidi ujijue tofauti ya mwalimu na mwanafunzi ni ujuzi na ujuaji. Oh, it's unbelievable that we made it this far. Undeniable, we see the promised land from afar, and it's so beautiful. You know they can't touch the fire, and you know it's not in vain. Steady tripping to the, steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion. Siku zazidilika, mengi yazidi kunipita jama. Oh Lord, maji yalipozidi unga, hawakudhani tutafika. It's unbelievable that we made it this far. undeniable. See the promised land from afar, and it's so beautiful. They gon' know who we are. Keep on walking in the rain. Put up the seeds in the vein. Let's go stay steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion. You can help me with that clap. Train, yes. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh no, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion. Thank you very much, thank you very much. Give it up for Lenny. Good job on the guitar. And again, congratulations to these three publishers and Christine. I know the book is definitely very good. I look forward to reading it. And you have been an amazing audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lenny and Vitao. Asante sana. So right about now, I'm going to welcome Dennis from Alliance to come give us a welcome to this beautiful venue, to tell us all about this place. Na tupatie ruhusa ya kutumia the place, you know. Yes, so karibu sana our host.
Merci beaucoup. Bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour. Bienvenue à l'Alliance française. Welcome to Alliance française. So on behalf of the management, I would like to welcome you here and also say maybe one or two words about this space. And we've worked with mystery publishers for some time now. So this space, the library space, is also a library for French, and also we are allowed to promote Kenyan literature, whether it's in English, Swahili. We do poetry, we do comic book illustration, workshops, and all that. And for this kind of event, we give this space at no cost for free. So if you have any author or anyone interested in doing literature events, come and see us. We look at our calendar, and we'll be able to give you this space. We also hold a yearly book festival called Nairobi Book Festival every year in April. And this year we did our 4th edition. And what we do, all the people that we've hosted here throughout the year, we give them a free space also to come and exhibit their books, sell their books, and also hold discussions in the different fields. So feel much welcome and bienvenue. Merci beaucoup.
Asante sana. Amewambia ni for free. Have you analyzed that part? All right, good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you have had incentives for writing books. They happen every day. So right about now, I'm going to invite the panel discussion. Just a beautiful time to talk about this beautiful book that we are launching. Has anybody read the book? A show of hands. Nyanyasha mikono labda utaongezewa ingine. Thanks. Haya. For this one, to note. Fantastic. Thank you. So we'll have a beautiful discussion about the book so that you can get to know more about it, so that you can get to hear more from the author. And I'm going to introduce the moderator. He's going to take over. So he will introduce himself. Karibu sana. I'm going to call upon the other members of the panel. The first one I'm going to call is the author herself, Christy. Ish, 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 ish. That's all I'm going to say about her. I just love this woman. By the way, in case she won't tell you, in case she's too modest, she actually inspired the book that I have written this year. She has inspired a whole chapter. Let me see it. Karibuni, karibuni sana. She has actually inspired a whole chapter of a book that I have written. I will tell you more about it later, just to make her blush. You know, because she looks nice. Have you seen that smile? Yes. I have to keep her smiling. Yes. So the next one I'm going to introduce is Bona Vincent, not Vincent, our Vincent, Vincent and our guest, Mr. Vincent. Well. Let me tell you about some tea about this man. It is long, you guys. This one I have to send you personally. So Vincent is a born-again Christian, a committed and proud member of the Anglican Church of Kenya, very important. He also serves as a member of the parochial church council. He's married and has children. In case you think he's handsome, he's off the market, girls. He has 25 years experience in the field of information communications, technology, ICT, and has great respect for people and is a believer in diversity. He started his career working with local ICT firms before moving to the Department of Peacekeeping Organizations within the UN, and this means that he has had to work in war-torn areas like Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Liberia, DRC, Goma, and tribunals, and deploy technology to track those who bore the greatest responsibility in the said war-torn areas. Thank you for your service. Yes, so he will tell us more about himself and also what he thought about the book when he read it. And I'm going to introduce the last member of the panel, Miss Linda Obilo. Yaki Biara Mrs. Aki usikuja ukinichuna. So, Linda. Oh, yes. Very nice. We are giving her 2 bookmarks. She said she has read the book. We are giving her an extra bookmark. Yes. So, let me give you some tea about her as well. So, Linda is an avid reader and she has been a member of the Ladies Book Breakfast Forum. How does one get into it? I was. Yeah. I'll talk to you after this. See her. For more than 2 years, where she's the leader of the Hazel Book Club. Does the email come to you? No? Oh, cool. So professionally, she's the owner of a shop at Adora, an e-commerce store selling cookware, household and home decor products. All right. She's also an export consultant at AfriTrade Connections and works with women-led SMEs, advising them on developing export strategy plans, gaining market access, and exploring trade finance options. She's a member of the Organization of Women in International Trade, where she serves in the membership committee with a focus on access to markets. She's also a mentee in the May 2025 cohort of Mentoring Women in Business program. Another, I cannot read this one. This one you'll have to tell us. Me, I will destroy it. You'll have to mention it. Thank you. But yes, as you can see, the panel is well constituted. Over to the moderator. Have fun.
Thank you so much, Wamoyo, for that wonderful introduction. You've introduced me. I'll only say my name. I'm Odhiambo Kauma, a teacher, and also an author. And generally, I love spaces like this where books are discussed. And that is why I'm here. First of all, congratulations, Dr. Christine. Wow, let's appreciate her. I mean, when I first received my copy of Inside Out, I didn't know exactly where to stand reading this. I'm generally a lover of books of literature, and for the first time I thought, why should I read this book? And then I went in, and I couldn't just put it down. I realized that it's not only a book about mastering authenticity and mindfulness. It's not a lesson. It's also a story. This is your story, Dr. Christine. Tell us something about this book. Did you set out to write it the way it came out? Is this the story you wanted to tell? Yeah. How was it writing this book, General?
Good afternoon once again. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, so, what was the question again?
I was telling you about my experience reading your book. Is it what you set out to write? I mean, it's a book about you again. It's about your journey. It's about your experiences, your travels, but also it's a book about your reflection, about your childhood, your family life, especially your life up with your siblings and your mother. Is this what you set out to write, and did it come out the way? How was it writing it?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's a packed question, but I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. So, yes, I've always known that I have a story to tell. And yeah, for me, authenticity and mindfulness comes naturally. It's something that is inbuilt. It's something that I live by. It's friendship, connections is something that I live for and I value. So the bit about my childhood and my mom's impact on my life was inspired by her death and let me say celebrating and honoring her life is what inspired me to write Inside Out. So yes, I think as I was writing, I probably thought it was just me telling my story, but like most of you, our lives are quite packed in a way, so you just, I went with the flow, so I think that's where it led me. Yeah, thank you.
Maybe in that same breath, you can tell us, the audience, we want to know, who is Christine Mukhwana?
So my name is Christine. I am a daughter of Mr. Mukhwana and the sixth born in a family of 7. I grew up in Kapenguria, fairy tale land, in case you've never been there. Yeah, we had a lovely childhood growing up, and I can say growing up in Kapenguria has been the most impactful part of my life. I carry a lot of memories from my childhood, more than any other place. And I come from a very close-knit family, yeah, and my siblings, I believe they're all here. And apart from that, I am a mother. In Africa, we don't say a mother of how many, because you can never really be sure. But I'm a mother of many, even my nieces and nephews included. Yeah, and then, yes, I'm a spouse, and lately I could say I'm a budding entrepreneur who is keen to see that we live a healthier life through what we consume and what we apply. So I am into beauty products, cosmetic, organic beauty products, formulating beauty products. Yeah.
Wow, thank you. We now know, and you have a new title, author. Okay, congratulations.
Oh yeah, an author.
Yeah,
thank you.
They're talking about books. Linda, maybe you can just take the mic. You're a leader at the Hazel Book Club, and books are important, aren't they? Why is it important for Christine to write this book, Inside Out, before we even delve in? Why is it important to write a book, especially at this time? Is it still important for people to write books?
I think literature, because books are part of literature. Literature is an infinite art, because if you look at today, we benefit from literature from thousands of years ago. The literature from Egyptians when they were building the pyramids, we are still benefiting from that. So literature is an art that I don't think will ever die. In any form it takes, it's very important that our stories are told, and not just the broader version of stories being told. I think even in if you look at regional capacity, look at the African aspect, people are owning their stories. Africans are owning their stories even more than we used to some years back. You find people are becoming more keen in sending out the right messages, in telling people and the present of our lives, because we discovered for so many years our stories were being told by other people, and we need to own that space, know our truths, and they give us the kind of honor and that we deserve as people. So yes, it's very, very important.
Thank you so much. Before I bring in Vincent, I'll come back again to Christine. Why authenticity and why mindfulness?
Thank you. I believe authenticity is, it was because it's easier. It's the easier way out, I believe. You can never go wrong with being yourself. You can never go wrong with self-awareness. And everyone else is just living their lives. So why not live yours as well in the most authentic way? Yeah, and just being who I am, this is what I want, and this is what I bring to the community and in the interaction that I have with others. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Let me get to Vincent. Welcome to the panel.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we are getting inside the book now. And generally, Christine sets out to talk about mindfulness, which advises that we need to cultivate. That is the strategy. She talks about authenticity, which she believes we should celebrate. Meaningful connections, which we should build. You have a great foundation in Christianity and in the spiritual sense. How important is spirituality in creating, in cultivating mindfulness, in celebrating authenticity, and also in building meaningful connections?
Thank you very much. When Dr. Christine shared with me the book to go through it, and the title was quite appropriate, and it resonated so well with Christianity and what we preach about day in, day out, because the title itself, Inside Out, it begins from inside. And when Dr. Christine talks about being authentic, it's being who you are. So basically, like in Christianity, you cannot portray a different image out there when you've not really worked in your inside self. So I found it to be quite appropriate. I can trust you me, I've read this book twice in a matter of 2 weeks. It's quite enriching if you go through it, and it's so real because these are the things that we go through day in, day out of our lives. And just as you asked that, in the impact that it has, I would encourage us to read it and practice it, what Dr. Christine talks about here. Yes.
Thank you. I'll get back to Linda. Self-reflection, quite an important tool, especially in keeping up with the fast-paced world that we are in. Reading through Christine's book, What do you take self-reflection to be, and how appropriate is it for us, especially now, in this space?
I would say that self-reflection helps you to understand, first of all, where you are at before you react or before you speak about a situation. It's a very important tool, I would say, because in a very fast-paced world, you find that you tend to be triggered and you tend to be controlled by some factors if you're not careful. And self-reflection is a tool that would be very helpful for you to take in first what's going on, look around you, take in everything that's going on, reflect on it, reflect on who you are as a person, and how this particular situation or set of factors comes into play within your space or within your environment. And then you have a chance now to decide, how do I react to this? Because it gives you that time and that space to not do something that you would regret later. So there's a point in the book where she says, I maybe if you may correct me, factor of 4, the breathing, and taking time to, control yourself first, because as you know, there are so many things that you can't control, but the one thing you can control is you. What you think, how you behave, how you react. So that breathing in, breathing out that she talks about is easy. It's tried it several times. There was a time I would suffer some migraines, and breathing exercises were some of the things that helped me control when the pain would come. So I would say that it may seem like a very trivial thing, but now when you take time to be in that situation, to be present and to self-reflect in that situation and to take in all those, then self-reflection can actually be a very powerful tool. It can actually put you ahead of very many people when it comes to dealing with situations. Yes.
Thank you so much. I think we can appreciate that. That was really a great reflection. Now, I'll come back to you, Christine, and I want you to take this moment. Reading through this book, like I've said, it's also a reflection between two generations, more of a comparative reflection. Here was a time that you lived as a daughter of your mother in Kapenguria, and the world she created that brought you forth, that gave you the identity that you have. Could you just, in a few minutes, who was she? Who was your mother? And how did she inspire you to write this book?
Oh, well, yeah, my mother was my everything, like most of you and your mothers. Yeah, mine was special, loving, and she was the world. So I saw the world through her eyes. I stepped where she stepped for most of my life until probably later on in life. Yeah, because, looking back, I believe she led me in the right direction. If at all I have strayed, probably that's my own doing, but her intentions were good. So, like you have asked about the comparative reflection from my childhood to how things are right now. Yeah, it's worlds apart, if I may say. Yeah, because growing up, we didn't have much distraction, if I may call it. Yeah, it could be distraction in a good way, but we just did and lived a simple life where your neighbors, your friends, they really mattered a lot. And I think that's what I've built on. Even as I write Inside Out, it is basically mostly about having a meaningful connections, keeping friendships, and maintaining those friendships in a world that is fast-paced. Yeah, and so if I tie that to who my mother was, that's the kind of thing she embodied in how she lived, connections with people, valuing neighbors, and yeah, just being a very strong part of the community to just create that change, that impact to better people's lives. Yeah.
Thank you. Let me get to Vincent in a minute. You're a peacekeeper. That's a great thing to be in a world that is full of trouble. And we're just talking about the change, the comparative reflections through generations. Working with over 25 years in the field of ICT, visiting various places where there was and all that, how is self-reflection and generally a comparison between two generations, the generations of your youth, for example, and the generation of your, let me say, your children right now. How is it different?
Thank you. Yes, it's different, totally different. At times I look at the generation we have now and what we were then. You find it's totally different. But one thing that cuts across, and especially if I refer back to the book, there's something that the author talks about of meaningful connections. It really impacts how you relate with those within your space, whether it's now, whether it's later, because you'll find that there's a way that the world operates. In fact, you find that probably the person you met 20, 15, 30 years ago, depending on how you related with them, you never know where your boundaries will cross. Actually, if you allow me, I'll just give an example in the case of the author here. The author here, they went to the same school with my wife in Kapenguria. We didn't know each other. I met with the author during our time in the university. And later on, actually, I think during graduation is when I met the author's parents. And my wife was also saying that the name sounds familiar. Actually, you find that I think the author's dad was, I'm not sure, either the principal of the school where my wife went. And you can imagine this was close to, I think, 15, 20 years down the line. And we kept in touch. I mean, by out of, I'm not sure it's, but I would say it's God's grace probably. You get to meet someone and you find that the way you guys click, the way we click with the author, and I think that it's also Turi is here with us. Yeah, that was one of also our classmates during our university days. And you find that there's a way that you guys click. So when the author talks about meaningful connections, it's real. And that's one thing that is probably lacking in the current generation. You find that, and it has also now extended to us, because you find that even if you look at even our current life, probably you don't even know what your neighbor does. And your neighbor maybe may not be comfortable for you to know what they do. So that is the kind of world that we are in. But we have to just accept it. But also, you as yourself, when the author talks about self-reflection, what are you doing about it? Do your part. Make sure that you try and reach out to that neighbor, whether he or she is involved in some, funny business or that kind of a thing. That's the story. But you'll find that the impact that you yourself trying to reach out, one day, one time, it might impact quite positively later in life. Yes.
Thank you. And I think just picking it from there, Linda, we are talking about reflection, especially across generations. But what about across cultural, across culture, where you create connections across culture? The foundation of the book here, for example, is that Christine has been able to travel outside this country to meet other worlds that are completely different from the small village in Kapenguria where she grew up, for example. And you still need connections in those places. These are cultures that are foreign to you. And you are an avid reader and you have interacted with various cultures, what friendship means, what mindfulness means, and what authenticity, how to be self in a world so different from yours. Maybe an insight on that based on your experience.
Thank you very much. I'd like to first start from where I knew Christine. We met in Form 1 very many years ago, and the school we were in was the other day we were reminiscing about it, and for 350 students from Form 1 to Form 4, we actually all knew each other. So we would know where this comes from, the person who usually is brought the very nice chapati during visiting days. And we learned how to interact culturally with each other. I think that was the starting point, because it was a school that had girls from all over the place. So I would say culturally, our first induction and our education, cultural education, was from school. And then from there, like she has said, Kapenguria is not very far from Kitale, which is another very cosmopolitan town. So you have to get along with Indians, you have to get along with Pokots, you have to get along with Kalenjins, and you find people learning other people's language so that you make others feel welcome, you make them feel a part of the society. And I think it was also very, very important for us to learn community from our headmistress, our principal back then, Mrs. Wachie, and she taught us very well how to get along with each other as girls. Things like fighting were very frowned upon. Things like aggressiveness and being very mean or rude to each other. I don't remember bullying being a part of our school back then. So we were taught how to get along with each other, how to resolve conflicts among each other. And I think coming from that foundation, and Dr. Christine living in 4 different African countries, and it was a foundation that helped her integrate well in those societies. And I can imagine an expat life where you get to move from place to place. It has its challenges, but the foundation really matters. If you're taught from a young age how to get along with people who are not necessarily from your background, and then you're able to accept them, to be very mindful of them, to be very accommodating of them, then it is much easier for you when you come from that approach than from coming an approach where your society is closed and you only know one thing. So I think also foundation really matters, and she got a really good dose of that from where she came from. Yes.
Thank you. And that is quite reflective. Thank you for appreciating Linda for that. And I couldn't go without reading this. This is page 111. For those of us who have the book, page 111, that is chapter 13. Somebody with the book? Yes. Now, get with me to chapter 13. That is carrying it forward. And I'm going to read just one paragraph. In the heart of a homestead at Mawingu Road stood a humble tool that quietly carried the weight of many lives. Wheelbarrow ya Mama Bramo. Is Bramo around here? Bramo is around.
Brahma is here.
Let's appreciate Bramo. He's around. Thank you. It was an ordinary wheelbarrow, no shimmer and shine. In fact, its paint had long peeled off and its wheel creaked. But that wheelbarrow was nothing short of legendary. My mother, Mama Bramo, of course, used it for everything. Ferrying animal feed at dawn and dusk, fetching water when taps ran dry, hauling food from the farm almost 5 kilometers away or from the market, transporting construction materials for the endless repairs and farm structures that defined our days, and just about any other task, including riding on it. But now, in the next paragraph now, this wheelbarrow is no longer yours alone. It belongs to the community. How was your mother able to lend out such an important tool to other people? And what should that teach us about carrying forward?
Thank you for that. As I mentioned, wheelbarrow, Mama Bramu was not just our asset, because back then we didn't have as many tools, so it served the whole community, if I may say, because people didn't have options. So I think for my mother, it was a way of relating with the community, a way of helping the community by lending out the wheelbarrow for other people to use it. Yeah, and I can tell you, there was a long queue of who
For the
is
wheelbarrow.
using it next.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it handled many tasks, as you can imagine, from carrying Napier grass to going to the maize mill to anything you can think of. So that was my mom's contribution to community, and she will actually ask, so and so wanted the wheelbarrow. Have you take it to them, or they will come for it, so make sure they get it when they come, Yeah, so I think that was her way of connecting with the community and just having her impact in the community.
And you have such an impactful lesson from it. Carry on with whatever you have. And I want to look at this wheelbarrow. When it comes from your home to another neighbor home, from one home to another, this is actually knitting the path of correct connections from one home to another. How did this help you in your journey now, touring across Africa, also building up with other communities? Are you the modern day wheelbarrow Mama Bramo, connecting societies?
I want to believe so. That's what I want for myself, although I can't really say I've achieved that. But like I have mentioned, Wheelbarrow Mama Bramu is a philosophy that any of us can carry and should carry. What it basically means is that you use whatever you have in your hands, Looking at a wheelbarrow, it is nothing big, especially now. It's not something that you might think as doing so much, but it is that little thing that you have in your hand that can make a big difference, It is that wheelbarrow that helps people to complete a cowshed, to build a whole cowshed. It's that wheelbarrow that took fertilizer to the farms to grow acres of land, So it is that little thing that you have in your hand that can make a big difference. So don't look at it as a very small thing. It should, it could make a big difference. Yes.
Thank you. And I want to invite Vincent to imagine still the wheelbarrow traveling the village. And of course, there could be conflicts, of course. If I want it today, and Linda also wanted it today, there should have been some conflicts, and there were. Christine has not told us that, but I know what it means to own one wheelbarrow in a village. There were conflicts. This is where the concept of forgiveness comes in, and you are vast in spiritual issues, and I think forgiveness is one such important virtue. How important is forgiveness in the face of conflict?
Thank you. Forgiveness is key, and you cannot forgive. I know there's a way that we like saying that nimekusamehea. You know, nimekusamehea is the but. You know, there's a but there. So forgiveness is quite key, and even as just reflecting about Mama Bramo's wheelbarrow, you'll find that they had their own way of, I'm sure probably guys logging in and saying that, you know, if it's this today is going to this homestead, tomorrow it will go. They have their own way, and probably in the course of having lent the wheelbarrow, probably the user doesn't handle it well and it's spoiled or something like that. But you'll find that they had their own ways of even handling such kind of conflict, and you find that it was not really such a big deal. You find that they would go back to, you know, probably Mama Brahmo and say that as I borrowed or as I used the wheelbarrow, probably this and this happened. And at that point also now you'll find that probably the person who broke it will say that I'm willing to fix it. Such kind of things. And you find that on the part of Mama Brahmo, I say, oh, that's fine. Or I'll do it myself. Maybe I have my own guy to fix it. So forgiveness in our lives actually is something that we really need to be key in our lives. When you say that you've forgiven, is it from inside you, or is it only at the mouth level? So it begins with you inside. You know, I've forgiven you and forgiven you for real. You know, I like giving this analogy that, you know, God gave his only son to die on the cross. So, who am I when you've just probably broken down my wheelbarrow not to forgive you willingly? So, I mean, it's something that for us, and especially Christians, we really need to have it within us that when you forgive willingly and willing to move with that person the next level of life. Yes.
Thank you. And I want to move to another area altogether. And in this, I'm going to give all of you 1 minute each to reflect. It's a question on empathy. And when Christine talks about empathy, she begins by asking us a question: whether this world today is becoming less empathetic. A few days ago, I was scrolling through my phone, of course, through TikTok, and I watched a very interesting video of a village herder who was looking after cows crossing raging waters of a river, and there was a small calf that could not actually dare the waters. And as the cows were crossing, this calf was actually drowning. But what was important is that we got the video, and the young calf drowned. And when I went to that comment, somebody was asking, what were you doing to save the calf? That is just an example. In the age of internet and technology, you'd probably watch things that you shouldn't have watched had people were recording, just being a little bit empathetic to jump into action and save the situation. Have you not watched a video and asked yourself, where was this person recording from? I mean, a little help could have, gone a long way. I want you to reflect on this in just a minute, and on the issue of empathy. Are we becoming less empathetic? And what is the contribution of technology and the internet, for example, to it? The need to just provide evidence without jumping into action. Thank you. Any order?
Okay. I would say that it's a two-pronged kind of situation, because you will find that there's those situations where you really look at maybe a video being shared or even a story on the internet, and in your mind as you read, you have so many questions as you go along or as you watch, because you find that a few years ago, our sense of community was much stronger, and there are things that were unthinkable or never used to happen. And I hear my mom say a lot that some of these things I never used to see when I was younger. So and that might persuade us to think that our sense of empathy is missing. But this same internet is the reason why we have people crowdfunding to support sick people, to support people who have relatives to bury and they may not have the means. And you find this same internet is where we read about Palestine, Israel, and the conflicts that are going on around the world. And you're able to contribute, even though you've never been to Palestine or Israel or Gaza, but you can relate because you watch these stories and you read these stories. So I would say, depending on where you are as a human being, and it's a very personal thing, empathy is something that over the years growing up I've learned that it cannot be taught. It's something that you have to take time and you have to be committed to intentionally grow it within you. My mom comments a lot that my sense of empathy escalated after I lost my father. And for anyone who has faced loss around me, it has, I kind of tend to feel that pain because of what I felt back then when he died. So there are situations that will trigger you to be empathetic because you've gone through an experience and you can relate. But it is hard also to be very empathetic when you have not gone through a situation and experienced, though it's not necessarily the case, because you find there are some people who are naturally empathetic. You'll find even children crying about something an adult is going through. The other day, I went through some posts where children were crying and mothers were saying, our children are crying in the house because Kenya has lost to Madagascar in the CHAN tournament. These children have never been in a pitch, but that sense of loss that we would have proceeded to the next stage was felt very deeply. So it's something that can be developed, can be nurtured, but also can be inborn. Yes.
Thank you so much. I think that was reflected in Salsa Club, right? Yeah, maybe Vincent first before final remarks.
Yeah, empathy. Empathy to me, I think it really depends also on, especially for the young ones, what they see in us. Many a times you'll find that probably watching probably TV or with the kids, and how you react, or a call has come through, probably it's a devastating call, and probably it's a loss. Somebody has been has passed on. How you react and the subsequent how do I put it? How you put it across even to the kids. With course of time, they tend to know how to react to empathetic situations. You'll find probably something has happened bad on the TV and you're very fast to utter a negative comment. And kids learn, and they learn very fast. So when it's a situation which is empathetic, it also still begins with us. When the moment you've seen that matter, or the moment you've received that call, how do you react? Do you get calm, before you utter something? It's a loss. Maybe we'll say, oh, sorry for so-and-so, they've lost their, the kids will learn. But you'll find some situation, probably maybe you guys were not relating very well with the person who's passed on. And you'll say that, oh, it deserves them. Or the kids will know that, oh, okay, this is the way to handle in some kind of situations when such kind of a thing does happen. So empathy to me, I think, is how you conceptualize the matter and your first reaction to it. A story is told about when there was this war in Ethiopia, and there was this the video guy who recorded the child dying, sucking the mother, and it is said that immediately after that, that guy committed suicide because he couldn't bear it. Yes, he'd captured and he's thrown it out to the world, and at the moment, at the moment of it, he thought to himself and said that, wait a minute, what could I have done better in that kind of situation? So I do agree with you when you mention like that cow which was drowning. Probably this guy, he would have even ducked into the water and tried to save this cow which was dying. So to me, I still think it matters empathy. It begins with us. How do you react immediately that matter comes to you? Thank you.
Insightful. Maybe as you also reflect on that and your final remark, I'm reminded that we've discussed this book enough. Sure.
Yeah, I agree with Vincent and Linda. Empathy is something that is learned and something that can be learned and something worth cultivating every day. From experience, I find that when you surround yourself with people who are empathic, you tend to also just start being more sensitive, more calm, more empathetic, in your approach to situations. So how we react, especially as parents to growing kids, it really does matter on what they pick as important and how they can also just conduct themselves in terms of being empathetic witnesses. Yeah.
A message to your readers?
The message is enjoy yourself, be yourself. Everybody else is trying to be themselves. Yeah, so don't be a copycat. Just take a day at a time, a moment at a time, and enjoy the book. Yeah. And self-care matters. Come first. It sounds selfish, but you must come first. Thank you.
Such a great message. I think we will need to, Amui is reminding me that my time is up. So maybe just 20 seconds, your final words. Yeah.
My final remark would be there's a video that I've pinned on my Facebook wall, and it impacted me a lot 2 years ago when I found it. And I can just say some of the words because I don't know it off head, but it is, there is no one like you and there will never be anyone else like you. So be yourself because authenticity is everything.
Wow.
To me, I would just bring us back to the title of this book, Inside Out. As you reflect, that time that probably you pick a cup, you want to take tea, or yes, you want to take tea, coffee, whatever it is that you want to take. When you clean that cup, where do you clean? You clean inside. But where do you drink from? You drink from outside. So it starts with inside to make sure that out is also well. So it's a powerful book. It's a worth reading. And Dr. Christine, keep on. Bring in another hot one. We'll support you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I want to appreciate you for honoring. Actually, your contributions have been quite impactful. Your own reflections. I mean, it's always said in the literary world that once a book is written, whatever relationship it has with the reader has nothing to do with the author. will relate with the book completely differently. Thank you, Linda, once again, for your really, really deep insights on issues of authenticity, mindfulness, and being you. And congratulations once again, Dr. Christine. I think this is such a wonderful book. Personally, I didn't want to say it. I've read it twice. And if you look at it, it looks like a primary kids book with all my and everything there. So I really want to encourage the audience, go sink into this book. And lastly, I really want to appreciate you for being such a mindful audience, keenly listening, and I'm sorry I did not pass over the mic to you, but I know you've got a lot of things you may want to say on your own reflection on this book, and I think that is why I need to immediately let Romuyu take over the program. Thank you so much, and thank you to this wonderful audience here.
Asanteni to the panelists. Clap for them until they sit. Clap like you're going to have cake. The cake is big. Thank you, Sana, to our wonderful panelists. You have helped us to really think about life in a different way. And I think my biggest takeaway, apart from the fact that you can maintain friends from one across different countries, text back that person. But I can see why Christine is a beautiful, beautiful person in the inside and on the outside. So keep her, she's nice. Even me, I'm stealing her. So the other takeaway is my daughter is here, hiding somewhere. I think it would be interesting to know in a few years. I need to be careful. Somebody might write a book about me. So I think it makes, since I read your book, I think it makes me a bit more mindful. I think something else that we, as the panel have said, someone is always watching. So who are you in the world when you think nobody can see you, or in those moments where you just are not your best self? So it has helped me to live more intentionally, because, I mean, if you're not, I don't know, it's just a mess. So yeah, I think I picked that so well from what the discussions have been, and I hope you guys have learned. Have you enjoyed the conversation? Sasa nani anataka kwenda kununua kitabu? Niwapatie break. But anyway, before we get into the next segment for a few speeches, I would love for you to just stand, stretch, say hi to the person next to you or behind you if you know the next person. 2 minutes, stretch tu kidogo, mwangaleshana. Acheni mushene. Getting. Acheni surely. Sit. Noisemakers. Nani alikuwa prefect wa hii class? Guy mpaka selfie. Mtaonana. All right, thank you so much. I'm glad to see you've enjoyed your small break. Sasa mngesema. Mngesema mlikuwa mnataka kujuana na msemi, aki next time niandikie ka note. Fungueni roho. All right, so all right. So I'm going to invite the keynote address for the day, Madam Josephine. I'm about to read something else that's beautiful. Anyway, I'm sorry, I love reading bios. Because sometimes when you're told to write your own, it's hard, you know? So I love reading beautiful bios. So Josephine Oguta, who is coming to give us our keynote address, is a seasoned global governance advisor, leadership and organization transformation strategist. Hey, I think I need that one. And founder of Premier Foundation, the Obera Daily, Spa, and Obera Platinum. Hey, you tell us who those ones do. With more than 20 years of international experience, Josephine has helped leaders and organizations embrace diversity, power shifting, and North-South collaborations, changes that demand deep institutional introspection and on the authenticity. Hey, Poleni, hey, my ancestors are calling, guys. I'm holding on. Through her pioneering, shared leadership transformational framework, SLTF, she equips executive teams and nonprofits to embrace collaboration and mindful decision-making for lasting impact. She also champions holistic wellness for women through the Obera Daily Spa, where she curates natural solutions that restore balance and vitality from the inside out. Through the Premier Foundation, she supports a school feeding program that nourishes 650 children daily. Oh. Josephine's most humbling achievements are not found in her career, but in her role as mother to 3 brilliant young women, grandmother, and wife to, I'll read it exactly as it is written, the gentleman, to whom she has been married for 30 years. She also serves on the boards of several charity organizations, giving back to the societies and communities she cannot reach on her own. Her life and work embody the spirit of a person who is seeking to live out the values of Inside Out, the book that we are launching today, authenticity, mindfulness, and transformation. Karibu sana Josephine. Makofi.
Thank you very much. It's very humbling to be given this opportunity to launch such a significant book. Sometimes you underestimate the gift that God has given you until it presents itself in your own hands. Dr. Christine has been a gift to me for years, but I did not know the treasures that she holds within her. And I'm really glad that she has written this book. And now I know, even as a person, where to go. When I need some brainstorming, when I need some drilling and plumbing, for lack of a better word. My name is Josephine Oguta, as you've heard. And I'm humbled to come to you as your keynote speaker. One thing I would say is be careful when you ask someone, what can I do? If you are interested in doing anything, anything could be something that you did not imagine. When I asked Christine, oh, you're launching the book, what can I do? I thought she'd ask me to come help arrange the chairs and usher. Honestly, that's what I had expected. When she asked me to do this, I wondered if she made the right choice, because if there's anyone who's led life on the outside in, I take the trophy. There was a time in my life where I lived suitcase to suitcase, hotel room to hotel room, visiting countries without knowing anything much other than the hotel where I lived and the passport stamp that was on my in and out documents. And with time, when COVID hit, and we were no longer able to travel, I realized with deep concentration how much I had lost in maybe just taking one extra day to see more of the nations that at that time when we were all locked down, I thought we'd never be able to travel out ever again. And I realized how much I had lost. And so after COVID, I was a bit mindful. But I realized that in Inside Out, actually, the mindfulness that I've been trying to practice needs to go even deeper. Some of us, if you look into this book that Christina has gifted us, one chapter that stood out for me was on the chapter of showing up authentically. And if you're a perfectionist, as I said, some of us live life on the outside in. When you're a perfectionist, you tend to wonder more about what people see or think of you rather than what you are able to give out as a person. And that's one weakness that I have, and Christine in her gentleness usually looks at me quietly and just smiles. When she arrives and she thinks I'm still spinning around in 360 degrees wondering what to do, she'll ask me, can I do the dishes? And that is the humility that Dr. Christine carries with her that keeps you grounded and you realize, you know what? There is nothing wrong in asking for help. Dr. Christine has gifted us a book. And I can tell you that if you don't take time and buy this book, because this book, when she wrote it, she thought that she was writing to encapsulate a wonderful woman's experience and gift to her. And that is her mother. But when you read this book, Inside Out, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that this book is written for each and every one of us in this room. A prophet is rarely recognized in their own home, as Jesus said he did the least miracles in Galilee where he came from. And yet, many a times, we have gifts that have been wrapped right next to us and we do not recognize them. Maybe you think you schooled with Christine. Maybe you think you are her brother or her sister and you do not need this book. You know her well. Let me surprise you, you don't know her. Because the person she was when you were with her is not the person she is today. Life has poured a lot into her, and I would encourage you to go and get that gold mine that she has within her. This is the beginning of many. I know that there is a book already within this that's coming up, so I can't wait to read it. Now, what stood out for me from this book is the area of forgiveness and empathy. We are always reminded on being kind to one another, tender-hearted, and forgiving each other. And yet forgiveness is one of the most difficult things to do as a human being. It is very easy to believe that you love, but you don't have the heart to forgive. How is it possible that you can love if you cannot forgive? One thing that has stretched me in the area of forgiveness, and when I read this book once again stretched me even further, was the realization in the Lord's Prayer where we are told, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So if I only forgive you a little, I should expect to be only forgiven a little. If I'm willing to forgive and forget, then I also pray that those around me will extend me the same grace as the Lord's Prayer extends. Love, most of the time, we think is an emotion. But love is a decision. You can decide to love someone through their weakness, through their brokenness, until that love transforms them. And if you doubt that, I am a born-again Christian, and I can tell you I was a piece of work before the love of Christ came into my life and transformed me into someone. Sometimes I look into the mirror and wonder, where did this woman come from? But love can transform. And therefore, this book, once again, the introspection, being intentional, is one area that you can choose. And you can emulate that transforming power of love. Empathy, I had that discussed here. And for a moment I thought, oh my goodness, they've exhausted everything about empathy. What will I say? And I thought that's what I was going to say here. Empathy is one area that is difficult to understand how to express. This book speaks about ageism, how we treat the elderly around us. When the medical system, whether you can afford it, still thinks you've done your time, and they prioritize the younger people to the older people. When you see someone or your parent who could do so much for you, being in a position where you're the one who should do more for them or to them, it can be frustrating unless you put on your empathetic lens. One area that empathy has taught me is that empathy is a gift that you can pay forward. Okay, how is that so? If you see someone who's weaker than you today, stop and lift them up, because tomorrow it could be you. And if you did not stop to lift them up, most likely nobody will stop to lift you up. I remember when I was expecting my first grandchild, I was expecting. My daughter was so far away, and I was very worried because she was in a country where necessarily you get into a bus, nobody will stand up for you, and you'll have to just tough it out as your body can't hold you together. And as I was traveling, whenever I would be in a bus at the airport, I'll be very conscious. I'd find myself, when I see an expectant mother, offering to help with the bag, giving my seat in the bus or on the train, hoping that someone would do the same for her wherever she was. And anytime I did that, I was very intentional, and in my heart, I would say, Lord, may someone extend the same kindness to my dear daughter Noel at this time in her life. I don't know, I've never asked her if she experienced that kindness. But one thing I know for sure is that empathy is never lost. When our parents are aging, let us be empathetic. And if your parents are not near, visit a neighbor who is aging, because somebody may just visit your home. Many a times we think that helping people is only those who are underprivileged. Those who are privileged can also be very lonely. When we build high gates and high walls around our homes, we do not know what we are closing out until we need those relationships. Christina showed us how you can cross borders, and not just personal borders, but international borders, and build real, authentic relationships. In this book, I think if you read it, you may knock onto the gate of your neighbor who's been your neighbor for the last 10 years, and you do not know their name. I would say be brave and knock that door. I admire Christina a lot. She doesn't know that, or maybe she knows, but we are recipients of Mama Bramu's she's not been carrying the literal wheelbarrow, but when you see women in the home where Christine is married, glowing, their skin glowing, their attire sparkling, many a times Christine is behind. She carried a fabric here, she carried shea butter here, and she's given it to us. I remember when we went to her home, and everyone was wondering how those women are shining. But they did not know it was their own daughter who was the greatest contributor to that. So thank you, Christine, for bringing a gift to us. She's written this book, and it's not a theory. I don't know how many in the room have this book. And if you knew Mama Christine, that is Mama Christine. Even if she was your mom, grab the book and know how Christine experienced it. I've realized that sometimes you can be siblings, but each of you experiences your parent in a different way. So please, grab that book and read. Christine, if no one buys this book, you have spoken into the universe. And the intentions of this book, from your mouth to God's ears, from your writing to God's ears, have already been spoken out. And it will stir the hearts and the soul of men to live right. And therefore, I'd like to urge all of you to pick this book and just pick a nugget or two that you can carry forward in your life. This book, I sat down to just read briefly when I received my copy, and I think I was writing to Christine at 3 a.m. in the morning asking her, were you writing this book about me or what? Because if you've ever lost someone dear, you can choose to stay in that darkness, and it eats you up. Christine chose to look up and see the stars and encapsulate the life of a wonderful woman who has impacted her. May you each live your life so that when somebody reflects back, they can actually say you left a gift in their life. We celebrate you, Dr. Christine. We celebrate your mom for the wonderful footprints and fingerprints you left in your life. And we celebrate you for the boldness that you've had to even share this gift with us. Because many of us have stories to tell, and we are going with them to our graves. Therefore, I'd like to ask you, if you're in this room and you have a story, be bold. Write something. Even if no one reads it, speak it out to the universe. Above all, let us be kind, tender-hearted, forgiving each other, just as Christ forgave us. Let us be present, because we are all wonderfully and beautifully made. We are unique. And if we deny the world the gift of authenticity, we have denied a whole generation the gift that God sent us to this world to give. Christine has done her part. Please pick up the book and do your part. Thank you. Now, if you don't have a copy of this book, how many have a copy? There are too few. I think this is not part of the program, but I would like those who have the book out there to walk in and just give everyone a copy. The entrance number is there. It's a lifetime investment. I think that everyone needs to invest. If you're getting your second copy, there are so many birthdays coming up, hand it over to someone. It is a gift worth passing on. If you're going through grief and you don't know how to dig yourself out, this book will plumb you out, I can assure you. It will either show you one or the other on how to deal with one or two things. It shines a light on a path that all of us should walk. So get your copies if you don't have one. If you have one, get a second one for a birthday gift, the next birthday gift that is in your calendar. Thank you.
so much. Another round of applause. Thank you for giving her her flowers. I hope she's hearing. You hear the way we love you. Thank you so much for those wonderful words. Wow, I have learned so much just from that. I never get used to it. It does not matter how many book launches I attend. It's still always so overwhelming. We have reached that time where you need to come and talk to us. Now you need to take over your show. Today is your day. Today we have come here. Imagine every single person here had a movie to watch today. They had a friend they could have gone for lunch with. Guess what they're doing with the afternoon? They're here for you, you know? So thank you so much. I will not stop saying that. It's so beautiful to just call people out and people actually attend. It's so special. So thank you so much. Imagine that chair you're sitting on would have been empty. We would have missed you. So thank you. So Christine, come talk to us and invite your friends and family to say something about the book. But most important, you've had a speech you've been wanting to tell us. Yeah? Come give it to us. Karibu sana. Makofi, you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Muyu, for my flowers. Yeah, Muyu is a wonderful friend. She's been a friend for the last 1 year. We've actually never met until today, but when we met, it was like, I know, yeah, I know you. Yeah. So you'll forgive me. I wrote my speech, I think in May, on 3rd of May. And but it still resonates. It's still authentic. Yeah. Okay. So good afternoon, good evening once again, everyone. It's truly an honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the launch of Inside Out, Mastering Authenticity and Mindfulness to Connect Meaningfully. I want to start by giving my deepest gratitude to my family and friends, mentors, publisher, my wonderful editor, Wamuyu, and all of you who have supported me on this journey. Some of you have lived this life with me from childhood, growing up, from our early days in school to the present. And I'm grateful for your presence in my life, for your friendship, and for your contribution to what this day is today. Your presence here means the world to me. And I want to say asante sana. I think it will be prudent to read Psalm 133, which resonates very well with today's theme, Inside Out. And I think Pastor D will correct me if I'm wrong, but it says how good it is for people to live together, brothers to live together. Yeah, amen? And in the words of Chinua Achebe, if I remember the story so well, I've not written it down, but he says, in a village, when you invite people to eat with you, it is not because they don't have food in their homes. It is not because they can't see the moonlight from their homesteads, but it's because it is good for people to be together. So today, as we gather here to celebrate the launch of Inside Out, I want to emphasize the fact that it is good for us to be together and to keep these connections going. And that is what the deep conviction I had as I wrote this book. So in our fast-paced, ever-changing world, we often look outward for validation, for success and fulfillment. But true meaning, connection, and true peace can only be found when we turn inward first and embrace our authenticity and live with mindfulness, being present every day and cultivating the connections that go beyond the surface. So we should go beyond the surface level friendship of people we just meet and they have an impact and that is it for the day. We need to go deeper than that. I'm always inspired by a rather unlikely teacher of mindfulness. It's called the sloth. If you know about an animal called the sloth, it's found somewhere in Australia, like most strange animals are always found in Australia. Yeah, so this is an inspiration for this book, where in a world that glorifies speed, ambition, and constant motion, the sloth reminds us of the beauty of slowing down. The sloth is a fascinating creature known for its deliberate and unhurried movement. It spends most of its life hanging peacefully in trees, conserving energy, and moving only when necessary. Unlike many animals that rush through their days, the sloth exists in a state of calm presence, fully engaged in each moment. It does not rush to keep up the world's expectations, but instead moves with intention, conserving energy for what truly matters. What if, we too embrace life like this, choosing presence over haste, depth over distraction, and meaning over mere motion? That's a question to ponder. Writing Inside Out was a deeply personal journey for me, as you've heard. As an expatriate who has lived in multiple countries, I have seen firsthand the challenges of uprooting or starting over and building meaningful relationships in unfamiliar spaces. But I have also witnessed the incredible power of deep transformative connections, the kind that transforms and impacts deeply and sustains us through every step of life. My mother, whom I honor in this book, embodied this way of life and this way of living. She was mindful, present, deeply connected with those around her. She taught me that life is not about how much we do, but how fully we live and love in each moment. So today I have a call to action to all of you. As we celebrate the launch of Inside Out, I invite you to embark on your own Inside Out journey, to embrace who you truly are, slow down and be present, nurture the relationships that matter, and live a life of intention. It's all about intentionality. Let us learn from the sloth, not to be slow, but to be purposeful. Let us move when it really matters, and not just because we have to move. Let us learn from those who have come before us, not just to exist, but to be fully alive. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being here today. And in closing, I will say for me, my take home from this book, other than everything else that people have mentioned, I think I really value gratitude and the hope that we carry, because without hope, we can't do much. So today, this evening, I want to say asante sana for being here. I'm incredibly grateful for your support, and I hope that Inside Out speaks to your heart as much as it did to mine while I wrote it. May we all find the courage to live authentically, be mindful, and build connections that truly matter. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Now, I invite my editor, Wamuyu. to take us to the next step.
Christine, you're not nice. He said to be careful to ask Christine what he wants someone to do. Oops, nimeshapatikana. So, yeah. Christine, imagine I'm going to call you back. Yeah, I'm serving you back what you're giving. Yeah, so invite
what I didn't mention that is that this book almost didn't get written if it were not for Shaka. Shaka is a child after my heart. And I don't know, but he really saw the potential, and he kept telling me, I have something to tell the world. So whatever you read today, I think it's in order that we give credit to Shaka. So not only did he ask me to write, and he also kept following through the stages. He will ask if I have made my installment payments to mystery publishers. Yeah, and how much is remaining, as if he was willing to pay the balance. But it's the thought that counts. Big up to Shaka and Roselle. They've also been incredible. So I just want to invite them for a minute to say something. Just come. Don't be shy. Shaka, come and say something. Shaka, Roselle. And I also want to invite Rogers to come and say something. The audience. Rogers, is he here? You want to go first?
I like that the book is about authenticity and being yourself.
This book is a good book to teach you about mindfulness and authenticity. So you should read it.
We are incredibly proud of Christine, the work she has put in this book. We saw over several months working at her desk day and night, as if she was continuing the doctorate degree. It reminded me during that process. So I'm happy that the book is out. I hope that it will provide some life nuggets to you that you can benefit personally. Please buy the book, give it out there.
May I also just take this opportunity to invite a representative from my other family. I'll invite Moses or Guto, if you want, just to give a few remarks.
Good afternoon. That's a surprise invitation. I wasn't expecting that. I stand here as the now elder in my family, where Christine is married to. I'm the firstborn of the family. And we have seen her grow with us from where they started, transitioning to great achievements and accomplishments. Usually when people are growing, when you're growing together, you just don't realize the potential. You know, sometimes, as you can all remember, to your parents, you are still a child. Even when you are 60, you are still a child. And also, the people who have actually grown with you sometimes greatly undervalue where you have transitioned to, because in their eyes, they still see you from where you are without recognizing that actually you have made great leaps in your journey in life. Therefore, we take this moment to just appreciate the great transitions that Christine has gone through. And it's no mean feat to write a book. Some of us have been trying to write books since I don't know when, and never gotten to it. You know, putting your thoughts to pen and paper, as it were in those days. These days, your thoughts onto the keyboard to ensure that you are coherent and also can speak to various situations. Therefore, it's our great honor and privilege to just say thank you and be here to see the launch of the first of many. We look forward to reading more books from you in the coming days. Thank you. Maybe I'll just acknowledge my family also to just stand quickly so that in the interest of time, instead of everybody coming, so I'll first, the keynote speaker, Josephine, didn't introduce me, but they say behind every successful man, there is a woman, but I think behind every successful woman, there is a supportive husband. Yeah, because if the home environment is not conducive, you can't thrive. Huh? So I'd like to acknowledge her. And with us is also our second born daughter, Jacqueline Oguta. She's just finished her master's degree. And our last born, Talia Oguta, over there. Yeah. Yes, so and with us are a number of our in-laws as well. Would you just all stand up? Esther. Esther is married to my third, is it third or fourth born? Fourth born, Douglas. I'm now getting old. And who else comes from? And with her are her kids. Rosalia, where is Rosalia? And a number of other relatives are around. Yes, yeah. Asanteni sana. I think also Esther's sister is also there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for coming.
Okay, asanteni sana. The next person I'd like to invite is someone that I've seen grow, and he's really grown. And we still maintain the friendship. Yeah, I want to invite Mkurugenzi. You want to come and say something for 1 minute?
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Yes, my name is Gitonga Kigo, and I'm very much to be here today to celebrate with Christine. I have a very different relationship with Christine on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, because I get to sit with her in a boat somewhere, and she's our secretary. So most of the time, I'm always very careful with what I'm saying, so that I don't commit to something and I don't do it because the next meeting she'll be asking. But anyway, a very interesting topic that has been discussed about Mama Bramu's wheelbarrow, because you know, I was almost asking Bramu, who is Bramu? Because this young man came to Nairobi and really transitioned. Nowadays, he's no longer called Bramu, he's called Aizo. But anyway, you know, the story just takes me back to the village that we grew up in, and you know, the way we grew up as you know, as a one family, whether it was a neighbor, Mama Bramu used to be my mother, you know, and that wheelbarrow, I remember the confidence that we used to have when we were going to borrow it, that there was no imagination that we will be denied that wheelbarrow. But anyway, you mentioned about how a wheelbarrow is a small thing. It is not, because recently a wheelbarrow met someone. A wheelbarrow met someone to be a president. But anyway, anyway, on behalf of, I'm just looking around. I think I'm the only person from Awingoro, not the family members who's here. And the way we are saying, used to be our daughter, used to be our sister, we want to congratulate you for the amazing job that you've done. Also on behalf of the directors of Pesipesa Capital, where we sit together, congratulations. And again, on behalf of the cooperators at KCS SACCO, where you're a member, congratulations. And as many people have said, we're looking for more. Asante sana.
Yes, so I wish I could invite all of you so that we keep going and going. But in the interest of time, and because Wamuyu is giving me eyes, I will just invite probably Corey or Dina, Pastor D, if you want to come and say something, and then you can invite Bob, then we close that chapter. As they prepare to come, I just wanted to acknowledge my many nieces and nephews, and I want to tell them I am really happy that you're here today. In writing Inside Out, I was targeting to speak to your hearts, and I hope as you read this book, in your own small or big way, it will be impactful in your lives. Mmesikia? Yeah. Sawa sawa. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Christine, congratulations. I would only want to say this is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our sight. I'm glad I was part of Mama Bramu's wheelbarrow, and being the big sister in the home, we really worked on it. By the time it was getting there, work had been done. Thank you so much for bringing it out in clear pictures, very vivid. So as you were talking and as I was reminiscing on how it was, actually those are great memories and great lessons. Thank you so much, Christine. I have no much to say. Can I introduce them? Okay. We've come with my family, my brothers. Yeah. Let me begin from the first one, Cornelius. Cornelius is Dr. Christine's eldest brother, followed by Pauline. Pauline in this, okay. It is me and then Pauline. Pauline is here with us. And then Jumbe. Finally, Bramu. Even my husband was asking me, who is Bramu? So Bramu was Bramu until at some certain point, he had to change his name to Isaac. So he became Aizo. So those who came after know him as Aizo. So finally, I invite my husband, Robert Katina, just to conclude. Karibu sana. I forgot our sisters-in-law, very special. Sisters in love. Sisters in love, kindly stand. Kindly stand. So we have Mama Stay. She's there, behind there. Wife to Cornelius. And then we have Gladys, wife to Jumbe. We have Valerie. Valerie is wife to Bramu. I saw. Thank you so much. We have our sons and daughters. They've been introduced. Thank you. Finally.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm actually excited. Daktari, thank you so much for giving us this book. Once more, I'll have a reason to switch on the light in the middle of the night to finish this book. Pastor D normally tells me that you should be taking the entire night to sleep, but I happen to be that nocturnal person who goes to the book to just look at some things. Otherwise, I'm one of those beneficiaries of Mama Bramu's goodness. Thank you so much. I went to their home and did not come out with a wheelbarrow alone, but came out with Pastor D, who's been my wife for the last 20-something years. And we thank God that we have lived to see the successes that Mama Bramu planted in the lives of her children. Otherwise, this book, I went to the chapter on love. And you are not wrong. Love is a decision. It's not just an emotion. It's beyond an emotion. It's a decision. And that is what has made some of us who we are today. And if you can decide, reach out to your fellow human being to bring them to know the love of God. So it's been a good evening. May this book, where I come from, Kapenguria, West Pokot, is a place where we are looking forward to more and more of our elites coming back to plow back to the community. And I'm telling you, we shall embrace this and ensure that even the young ones that are coming after us will be authors, will be writers, will be doctors. It has been a community for a very long time that was thought to be backward, but I tell you, the people who have come out of that place are world changers. So may God bless you very much. May I now introduce my other brother, Charles. Where are you? Just come on and say something. Thank you so much. My children are here. My firstborn daughter, Elsie, you can just wave. My son, Ed Perur, is over there, and my lastborn daughter, Alinda. I'm glad that they are witnessing this because I know that one day they'll also make their mark in this nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Good evening, everyone. This is Luanga Tendwa, husband to Pauline. Daktari, this is a challenge. I'm an aspiring author too. There's something in the pipeline. And on the wheelbarrow, I happened to, we had to, okay, ours were green, so I had that. And by the time this neighbor or the other neighbor wants that wheelbarrow, my mom will say they have to be oiled. So you just put some oil in the wheel so that they can do what they have to do. Yeah, so to the young ones, oh, you're lucky. You, in both families, your auntie here, she's an author. So that is something that is to be emulated. We need more books. We put in more effort. We need to give Asante.
Oh, that's beautiful, Christine. Okay, hey, charity begins at? But we'll get together, Amniambi. Ni chama, get together, friend reunion. Eh? I love this for you. I love this for you. Anyway, okay. So we have come to a very exciting part, the unboxing of the big book and then cake. So you'll unbox, you'll show us what the, I know we've already seen the small book. Do you want to see what it looks like when it's big? This is a very nice, significant part and symbolic part of the book. You're officially opening up what you have written, what you would have kept just for yourself as your thoughts to the world. It's now out there, and it's going to impact everybody who is going to read it in a different way. Clearly, you've heard everybody has, your siblings are thinking about the good memories that they had, and that is beautiful because they're always going to have something to look back on. And everybody, even for myself, as I've told you, how your book is going to impact other people, now it's out there. The art is out there, and someone is going to read your book and think, let me step off this ledge. Life is still beautiful, you know? So, yes, come and unbox the book, and yeah, then you can call your friend Esther to give us something sweet, sweet.
Esther, I want to invite you to. Esther is the constant cake matron in every function. She does it so well. I don't know how, but yeah.
This on your book launch. Someone needs to do something about that.
Unveiling the book. 1, 2, 3. So, congratulations, Dr. Christine, for unveiling the book Inside Out. It's a special book. I actually chose to buy mine today so that I get to sign it. It's important to also have the author of the book signing. So I hope all of you who have the book will get her signature there. Please make sure you do that before you go. It's important that you came for the launch and you have her signature there. It goes a long way so that you remember that you attended this day. So even as we are about to cut the cake, I think all of us here, speaking on your behalf, we have come not just to see the book being unveiled, but also to congratulate the author herself. I can imagine if you can remember when you were in school and you had to write this insha or composition, and I know most of us it was an uphill task, trying to remember any proposition to use, any similes you had to use. How many of us remember anything like that? How many of us even wrote a composition? Let me start from there. How many of us wrote an insha? Let me just see by a show of hands. Also, you know what it took for Christine to write this. So you can imagine Christine has over 300 pages written, and you had only 1.5 pages to write. And still, the teacher had to return the book to you to tell you, fill this gap. Yeah, so it's a long way she has come. For her even, I can imagine the nights she had to call and try to get in touch with the editor, and she had to change something, or these stories she still put it in the next chapter or the chapter before. It's a long process, and to just see her standing here and have her book in her hand is something tremendous. So we congratulate you, Dr. Christine. It's a long way you have come, and as everyone has echoed, and can echo the same, we are looking out for more books. So even as we do Inside Out, now we want Inside In, and any other that you can write. So thank you, Dr. Christine. So now we come to the lovely time of eating a cake, and the cake would still have the similar process to writing a book. But the time you eat a cake, for those who know how cakes are baked or have an idea, it has so many ingredients is put there. You'll find there's sugar, there's butter, there's flour there, and the mixing, the machine to mix, and all that is similar to what Dr. Christine has done.
The time she had to take, she had to put aside. The nights she had to work overnight because now everyone, maybe she waited for people to be asleep so that she can think about what to do. So all those came together to bring out this wonderful book. So it's the same thing with the cake. So even as you take a bite of that cake, I can already see it's a really lovely cake. Think about the time she took. So as you're enjoying that wonderful taste in your mouth, just remember all the time she's taken, but those words will impact a generation. She's talking about her nieces and her nephews who are here, and who will get to see another light of grandma that perhaps they never got to interact with, and Christine has put it in writing. So it's a blessing, Christine, just to stand here and just see this book coming out. Congratulations. So let me cut the cake because I know that's what you're waiting for.
Christine, do you have a favorite song that you like?
Kids, come and help me. Someone needs to tell us a song in Mukhwana. What song are we singing? Congratulations. Let's all applaud. Wow. I think we should also give Uncle Rogers to take because of the support he's given us. Those cows. Thank you. Uncle Shaka, being the biggest, one of the have your seats. Thank you so much. Thank you. Akin will help me distribute. Shaka, come and help me. Yeah. Roselle, come. We'll take it round the room to get a bite. Yes. Who wants to come and help you? Come and help you. Sir. We'll have a time of just singing one song, thank God. So we'll ask Grace. Grace, please come. Roger, just eat the piece of cake. You know, even as we've been told by Pastor D, that it's a time to thank God for seeing Christine for bringing Christine this far. It takes the hand of God even to even give her ideas to write about. So we'll just sing a song and thank God. I know you're eating, but you can hum. Don't worry, your cake will get to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are all glad to be here, I believe. My name is Grace Mao, and I'm Esther's sister, and that's how I'm related to Christine and Rogers. And this is a very blessed journey that Christine has taken to be able to just come up with this idea, which is God's idea also, and to bring out this book. And congratulations, Dr. Christine. You have you have gone a step ahead of so many of us here. I don't know if there's anyone else who has written a book here. Oh, here you are. But congratulations, and it's an encouragement to all of us here, older, younger, that we can also do this. And this is just the first of many, and we pray that God will help you just do more, get better. And I can't wait to carry a copy home today. Yeah. So we'll just sing this song that says, we give all the glory to Jesus because he's the reason why we are standing here today. For those who may not know the words, it says, we give all the glory to Jesus and tell of his love, and tell of his love. Na Yesu apewe utukufu, tangaza upendo, tangaza upendo. We give all the glory to Jesus and tell of his love, and tell of his love. We give all the glory to Jesus and tell of his wonderful. We give all the glory to Jesus and tell of his love, and tell of his love. We give all the glory to Jesus and tell of his wonderful love. Na Yesu apewe tukufu, tangaza upendo, tangaza upendo. Na Yesu apewe tukufu, tangaza upendo wake. Oh, we give all the glory to Jesus and tell of his love, and tell of his love. We give all the glory to Jesus and tell of his wonderful love. Hallelujah. All right. I've been told there's food coming. Yay! I'm Jafurai. Meshiba keki. Okay, now is time for us to nourish our stomachs. So let us close our eyes and bless the food. Father, in Jesus' name, once again, we thank you for this day. We thank you, Lord, for bringing us to this hour of the day. We thank you for everything that has been accomplished until this hour of the day. We thank you once again for Dr. Christine, for her family, for everybody that has supported her through this journey. And we thank you for you at the center of it all, oh God. And even as we come towards the end of this program, we want to bless the food that you have provided. We ask that you sanctify it and bless it to the enhancement of our health. And even as we share at your table, as we share the food and as we break bread together, we ask that you'll be in our midst, oh God. Lord, we ask that this will be a step of encouragement for each one of us, oh God, that we are able to do even more, oh God, than has been done here today. As Christine has shown us the way, oh God, we pray that so many of us, oh God, will take a step and write that which you have put in us, oh God, putting it in books, oh God. In Africa, there are too many people who have so much and have not been able to put them in books. But we thank you, Father, because so many of us are taking this step, oh God. And Dr. Christine has shown us the way, oh God. And we ask, oh God, that you would bring a light in the hearts of those that are gathered here today, and many that will read this book, oh God, and that they will be touched by what they'll find in this book. So bless the food and sanctify it, and we want to thank you once again. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you. Asante sana, and thank you, Esther, for serving us and for leading that session so successfully. We have come to the tail end of this wonderful occasion. You may now breathe. Thank you so much for making every moment a success. And to give us a brief vote of thanks, I want to invite my boss, Vincent, who has created a wonderful environment for us at Mystery Publishers to exist authentically. So yes, karibu sana. Give us a very brief vote of thanks. And then, very brief, tumeshaombea food, na inapoa. And then after that, I will invite anyone who would like to take a picture with Christine to do so as we leave, as we have fun, and then as we make our way to have some snacks. Asanteni sana. Mimi niliyekuwa na nyinyi. My name is Wamoyo, and I'm editorial director at Mystery Publishers. And yes, everybody has a story. Mnione, niwaambie ni gani mtatel. Sawa? Asanteni sana.
So thank you, Wamoyo. Good evening, everyone. I'm Vincent DePaul, the CEO and publishing manager. Together with the editorial director Wamoyo, we have worked on this book since Christine conducted us. And it has been an enriching journey. And what you have here is work of many people. We might be the publishing manager, editorial director, but there are other people in there. Christine will tell you that we have edited the book 5 times. And those are different people, just to ensure that even if you are going to find an error, it will be like 99.9% accurate. And so with that, we appreciate you for finding time from your busy schedules to come and celebrate with Christine today. It is an honor even to us, the team, to see that we have this big family that has come to see what we have been doing for those many months. And we are happy that you have come to support Christine. What we appeal is get a copy. There is a preacher in America, the one who did the Serenity Prayer, said that if a tree falls in the forest and no one is there to hear it, has it fallen? It has fallen, but no one heard it. So in that case, the book has been written. It can remain a published book without readers if they do not purchase copies. So in that case, thank you very much. Get copies, and we appreciate your support, because supporting Christine is also supporting us. Because you have known about Mystery Publishers, we do publishing, we do creative writing, as you can see there. We do audiobook production, we do our stories redefined. Is an anthology where we invite others. So if you want to have your story published free of charge, submissions have started. They started last week. They are going to go all the way to January next. Submit your stories, we are going to publish you. We appreciate our partners. As you can see, we have many of them, starting with Alliance. Alliance has been working with us ever since they started supporting self-published writers. And we are happy that we had this opportunity and this venue. Due to that, grateful. Others, the food does not get cold, and do not waste your appetite. Please join Christine in the book signing. She's going to be here. As you take tea, bring her something here. so that he will not forget and lose the energy to write the next book. So thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. So the next session, as we partake our meals, we are going to have also a photo session here. So come take your photo with the author, mark this moment and memorize it. Thank you.